Hello. Sorry for the slight delay compared to normal. No, I just had a phone call. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas jumper time. And we're back on a Friday. We're going to do some more Oni. I do actually have an idea of what to do today. I didn't have an idea of what I was going to do yesterday in Oni, so we played Neutra instead. But we are back. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cool down a load of gases. So let's see. There we go. Right. So this is our big metal refinery block, and we have an Iron Volcano here. We had a load of salt water that was being evaporated by all the oil, these pipes, turned into steam. Problem is, steam is slightly too much pressure for the volcano to erupt, and by slightly I mean 10 times the correct pressure. Needs to be less than 150 kilograms of steam pressure for this to erupt. I was thinking about using liquids and gases to trick the volcano into erupting, but at the end of the day I do eventually want all of this steam as water, so I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to set up an actual condensation setup for it. And I have an idea, because we found a dormant Cool Slush Geyser that's going to erupt in 3 cycles. So the plan for that is I'm going to send that Cool Slush up here, past this polluted water. We're going to set up a cooling room in here for the oxygen gas that's going through these pipes. We're gonna cool this room down with the salt water. Probably fill it with hydrogen. Have these gas pipes be radiant gas pipes, and then send the insulated cooled oxygen into the base. And then the coolant is going to be sent down here, and the rest of that cooling capacity is going to be dumped into this layer of steam here, so that it condenses into water, and then we'll liquid pump out that water and dump it, I don't know, here. And then we'll use it for bristle blossoms, or electrolyze it or something. But the point is, I'm gonna get all the steam out of here, and we're gonna do it in such a way that we're not using a load of gas pumps or a load of steam turbines, because we still don't have plastic yet. I probably should have gotten plastic by now. We don't have any Drecos. I could put polymer presses in here, but the reality is we don't have a lot of oil production yet either. There's an oil biome down here, and there are some oil wells, and there is some water building up here as well. So that's something else we can get onto. But I want to do this cooling plan first, cooling project. So let's start planning some things. Right, so we just need this to pump. We'll insulate this. Let's see, this will be where the hydro sensor goes. And let's see, do I want a ladder in here? I want to keep this insulated. Yeah, I think we put a ladder in here. Then we can cover it back up. Not letting the liquid blow out. Because we're going to be pumping this right away, so let's see. Cancel this. Queue this up. We'll dig all of this. Also, let's give Nails her skill point. She gets... Things gone wrong here. Building. Seems good. And... ladder goes up. If it goes here, we're going to leak all this polluted water out. Maybe don't bother with the ladder. This should be fine. They've got the fire pole to the base right here. Should be fine. Okay, let's go. I don't think I have too much else queued up. I know these metal refineries are... We're going to have to stop sending in this oil at some point. In fact, how much coolant is even in these things? I think there's quite a lot of coolant in these things. So I think at this point I'm just going to manually disconnect these liquid bridges. We'll probably redo this piping in future. It's kind of messy. I kind of did it on purpose. It's messy just to be annoying. This bit down here is all fine. Yeah, we'll remove the liquid bridges. They actually take quite a while to deconstruct normally. But, yeah, that can go there. We do need this to be done very quickly, so priority 9 it. We don't need all of these to be dug out. That will do. And then what we want is ladder here. One liquid pump. Doesn't matter what it is because it's going to be cool. Hydro sensor, that can be made out of lead. Put that there. This should all be priority 9. Yeah, I'm a little late tonight compared to normal, but I may stay up a little late as well. So we should have the normal length of stream. But I had some I had some last minute phone calls I needed to make. Ugh. Just trying to plan stuff out for Christmas. Yes, Christmas is going to be pretty hard to plan. Yeah, we'll just seal this in eventually. I do want to grab all of this material before we seal this in. So, build that as well. And then sweep this all up. You know, you're actually digging this in exactly the wrong order. Let's, priority 1 this. I bet you're still going to do it. Yeah, you're still doing it. Okay. That's fine. Well, we'll just keep sweeping all of this. It'll be fine. Yes. So, we're going to insulate this. Igneous rock should be fine. You know what? I think I am going to ladder this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to ladder down here, a ladder up here, and we're going to tile this in to regular tiles. So that shouldn't leak. I want to grab all this gold as well, so why not? Yeah, base is doing alright. Food is storing up. We have a lot of gristleberries stored. I have an idea for a new YouTube video. For a meme, which I'm going to make at some point. I was thinking about making it tonight, but I'm not really in the mood to edit a video tonight. So, yeah, what we'll do is we'll send the pipe up here. Make this with igneous rock. Liquid bridge it over the water. This is going to be a bit higgledy-piggledy, but that's fine. So I can go up here. We then want to make this... Okay, let's actually empty this. Deconstruct this storage bin. We want to sweep up all this polluted water. How did all this polluted water get here? But what I'm going to want to do is fill this room with hydrogen. And I can do that very easily. Because we have all these gas pumps full of hydrogen that are connected to these vents. There's a lot of hydrogen stored up. So, that's good. So yeah, what I'm probably going to do is literally... Yeah, we'll insulate this room as well. Insulate all of this. I'm going to leave the bottle empties in just in case I want to do that again. No, I don't think there's any point. We'll be fine. This won't break. Famous last words. Deconstruct these. Yeah, so I always like playing this game when I have a specific objective in mind. And this machine kind of satisfies both roles, but we've got to do it quickly. I'm hoping that people will actually get around to doing this. Yeah, build those as well. base is fully oxygenated now. Everything's breathable. If we look at the gas overlay, it's pretty much perfect. I even turned the hydrogen pump off. We've got carbon dioxide in the mushrooms, and that is literally it. There's a couple of blobs of chlorine. It's okay. The thibble reeds aren't growing, but that's because they're not getting any polluted water. But in terms of temperature, the base is actually starting to get a little bit hot because we are pumping hot oxygen in here. The base is insulated. So it is important that we cool this oxygen. And this seems like a very cost-effective way of doing it. Have people got a load of other things to do? Did I prioritize anything else construction-wise? I don't think so. Still not doing space yet, so that's okay. I need to get more Christmas jumpers. This is my Christmas pudding jumper. I have a penguin jumper, but it's a bit too small at the moment. And I also have a light up jumper, but that's only for when I'm really near Christmas. I'm just wearing this today because it's warm. It's warm and it's December, so I can get away with it. It's the IRL ugly sweater that these guys wear that gives them the warm sweater that gives them the negative decor penalty. That's what I'm wearing IRL. Also, I got an email from Kickstarter today saying that they're going to start delivering the puffed plushies. So soon you'll be able to get a puffed moment redeemed. The price will drop to a reasonable level. I hope no one's actually been saving up 1 million channel points for that. But yeah, and I'm also looking forward to getting the digital bonus from that Kickstarter, which is the puffed comfy bed. And once we get that, we may start giving people comfy beds, but equally, where the fuck is all this polluted water coming from? Oh, it must be from here. This must have been leaking. Do we have polluted... Oh, we have a load of polluted ice in this. That's what's happening. We're dumping all of our polluted water in this bottle emptier. That should not be happening. Turn this off. It should only be going in this one. So we've been dumping all our polluted water in the liquid lock, and it's all been overflowing onto the roof of the base. It's not particularly clever. You guys can sweep this up too. We need more dupes. I'm going to hire more dupes. You're still at 37k. Welcome, Neo. Yes. I'm not going to reveal what the puff moment's going to cost, but it's going to cost more than the fish. Actually, it probably shouldn't cost more than the fish rename. I'm still thinking about the price, to be honest. I think we built this in the wrong order. We've had a leak. Let's see about this. I mean, you guys are pretty fast at building, so I'm hoping this will actually work. Oh, we need power over here as well. We do have a big power wire, so this should be fine. There we go. Who's idle? You have trapped yourself. That's... Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, never mind. Just don't bother with that. Don't bother. You've already drowned everyone. I didn't plan this out very well. This one's on me. Yeah, please sweep this up. So we need... Let's see. We need a gas pump in here. that we're going to set to vent. So this seems like the best place for it. We want a switch in here because we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna liquid lock this room. I think we're just gonna seal it off. Let's see. Yeah, manual switch there. This will just be to vent this room out, so I guess. Wrong button. Yeah, vent that out here. I can just hook this onto this wire, it doesn't really matter. We got 2.1 cycles. I don't think we're going to manage somehow. Yeah, we want to sweep all of this stuff as well. There's salt water that we can't actually store anywhere. Well, salt water should go in here. That's what we should actually do. So, let's see. Build a bottle emptier. Why did I put this vent here? I guess we'll just put it here for now. Yeah, make it out of ceramic, it should be fine. We have loads of ceramic. For some reason I was always really intimidated to build stuff out of ceramic when I started this game, but on certain maps you end up converting so much clay. It's actually quite reasonable just to build a lot of stuff out of it. It's only the pipes where it becomes really expensive. Yeah, let's sweep this. So we want the insulated pipe to come up this way. So they're going to be led into this room. At which point... Yeah, at which point we want it to be radiant piping, so it's just cooling down all the salt water. We can make this out of lead. How much lead is this going to cost? Not too much. Is there even a need to make it out of radiant pipe? Or would regular granite pipe do? Actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, let's do something a little bit different. Yeah, need that like this. Well, it's not perfect. Actually, let's do this. No need to cut corners. Bollocks. One of those awkward shapes, isn't it? Because it's 15 balls. Or whatever. Then that insulated pipe can come down here. and we'll deal with that in a little bit. This is sweep only or 9. Set this to above 50 so that it pumps efficiently. This is mostly everything now. Yeah, grab all the things. And these radiant gas pipes, let's make them out of aluminium ore. That would be a good idea. There we go, radiant gas pipes. Now, I'm aware that these pipes will all be cooled slightly differently. Actually, these don't need to be... Those don't need to be radiant. These will be normal pipes. However, I'm thinking because it's all going to be radiant elements, it should be enough cooling for all these pipes. Or maybe we just prioritize... I don't know. It should be fine. We'll see what happens. This doesn't need to be perfect. It's just better than nothing. We ultimately want to dump all this salt water in here and use it to condense as steam. That's the main aim. So if it doesn't cool stuff down quite as much as I'd like, that's okay. But so long as it's the radiant piping, at least we're giving it a good go. Liam's trying his best. I'll print new dupes when I get the chance. The thimble reeds are growing, that's nice. I guess I'll enable this for a little bit. We do need more reed fiber. I haven't been growing it that consistently. Yeah, it seems to be looking okay. Oh, hold on. Nope. Turn this off. You need to seal this room first. I would do like the freezer locks we have up here. I don't want the chill to leave this room, so I think we are just going to hard seal it. And if we need to, we'll break back in here. We can always vent these hydrogen pipes up here if needed. We can build new vents. How eventful, haha. Yeah, they're doing okay. Now you're grabbing all the stuff, that's good. Wow, we might actually be okay on this, you know. Gas will get pushed out of here eventually. I'm not actually going to fill this in to start. I'll fill it in eventually once all the gas has been pushed out. But this will come out at minus 10 degrees. It's brine, which is okay. That means it's going to have more salt than the salt water relative. I mean, per unit. I mean, the volume of this is still much higher. This is 1.4 kilograms per second. This is 3 kilograms per second. I can't remember the exact ratios. I think it's a similar amount of salt in both of these. Yeah, I think what's actually happened here is we've just got a load of polluted ice melting everywhere. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's empty this. Reload it. That's fine. Keep grabbing all this stuff. We're okay on rad bolts here. We doing any specific research? Currently researching arcade computers, so not really. That's fine. We got juice. We've got... How much steel we got now? We've got like 5 tons of steel. That's pretty good. Output pipe full. Yeah, we need a plumber. I have actually... Yeah, that's what Liam's for. Liam is going to become the plumber. So we'll get him to plumb these loops once they're ready. But to be honest, 2 metal refineries is plenty for now. We burned about 50 tons of coal last episode. Just powering these, so... maybe it's alright that we're not running all 4 of them continuously at the moment. Yeah, I don't want chlorine in here because chlorine is really bad for gas for heat transfer. We want hydrogen in here. A, because it's more conductive, and B, because it retains more heat capacity. And C, because it's right here, and we want to actually vent it into here a little bit. Yeah, this is going alright. No output. I guess you can continue building the pipe. Let's set this to priority 8. So that pipe will just go down here, and I will run it over top of this. God, I didn't really make this easy for myself, did I? We'll just run it directly underneath this water pipe. There we go. I'll need to jiggle a few things around, but that's okay. Right, there we go. So this is going to be insulated up to this point, and then in here we're going to bring it down, and we're going to condense it. So I think just having the top will be best, because we don't want to use it to cool down the liquid. We only want to use it to condense the gas. So if there's no gas here, then that's fine. Then once this is hot brine, then we just dump it in here. And it all evaporates. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing it quite like that, I'll do... I'll do it like that. It's okay. We get a little bit of stuff condensing over here, that's not a problem. And then that liquid pump. I mean, this should be water over here. So eventually we're actually going to want to get rid of this pump anyways, or we won't want to get rid of it, we'll want to hook it up and send it somewhere else. So actually... I've changed my mind again. I do occasionally do that. I'll be fine. Right, printables. We want more dupes. Let's see. You are a good machinist, immune to food poisoning, kitchen menace. You will definitely do meep. So you can be an operator like the rest of them. You can go prioritize operating. You do not want to cook. Yay, meep. You're going to go on the night shift. And that's you done. So let's see. Bert, you get exosuits. That is the plan. Is this all done? We just need to sweep all this now. And I need to dump salt water in here. So brine, salt water, dump it in here, please. then this should start pumping very soon. We got polluted water that can't be stored. Why not? What you talking about, Willis? Okay, that's fine. So we actually managed to do this in time, which is nice. Yeah, sweep that. Stupid polluted ice. Oh, I hate it so much. Just everywhere. We got chlorine here. Whatever. Whatever. Now that I think about it, I could probably just pump the polluted water through here as well. I could probably have even just dumped it in here directly. It's still cold. It would do the same thing. Meh. I don't know. Oh, I'll need to make switches for these vents as well. So that I can turn them on and off without going in here. Actually, let's do it like this. Okay. There we go. Bring it across there. Yes. I'm not sure if you were around the end of yesterday's stream, Neo, but thank you for resubbing. I really appreciate it. I think that was implied, but I don't think I said it directly to you. But it does make a big difference to me. And it's also nice that you like to use the Whiskers emotes on other channels. Whiskers' fame is increasing across the world. I posted a picture of her on Reddit today, and people seem to quite like that. So, click these off, and then we can manually trigger these. So enable these. Yeah, now they're just disabled by the automation grid. So we can just flip these all in when we refill this room. Very good. How is the hatch situation? It seems like all the hatches are starving because no one's delivering the igneous rock up here. I think these are very low priority errands and everyone's a bit too busy. I mean, the actual count of hatches is still high enough, but I imagine we're probably burning through them a bit quicker than we'd like. But we're okay for now. Oh, I should set up an amber sensor in, hydro sensor in here as well. Yeah, so I can go there. And then this pump is going to be actual condensed water. So we'll send that. We'll probably just let this leach its heat into the environment. Because I don't mind if the environment heats up. Don't quote me. Don't quote me saying that. God. Right, yeah, we'll just build this out of regular pipe for now. Run that around here. Just because we can. And then that can go... I think... I'm gonna do this. Extend this ladder up here. we vent it over here. If we do that, people will not be able to walk through here. There was a way of doing this where it would work like that. Yeah, if I do it like this, then people will still be able to walk up here. I could just build another ladder, but whatever. Okay, so ladder can go here. That should all be fine. Right, we just need to enable that, and then we can actually seal this off completely. Vacuum it out. There's only a little bit of chlorine up here. And then just dump in all the hydrogen. These will stop running for a little bit. In fact, I'll probably just dump in hydrogen from every other one, so they don't stop running completely. Because it should still be enough hydrogen coming from just this. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't need to be a huge amount of hydrogen. Also, we've ended up with depleted uranium tile in here. We're not doing the uranium thing. I want to get all the water out of here. You know, I'm going to stop fertilizing these. I know we've got a decent amount of fertilizer, but we have way too much food now. Also, we're still spicing stuff. We're still spicing the surf and turf. And we're giving that to the mechatronics guys only. So let's just double check that. Yeah, so it should only be the people... Oh, that's not very nice. It should only be the people with the mechatronics hats. And pay, Lyra. That's really not very convenient game. Nails, Lindsay. Yep. Yeah, no one else for now. I've got random automation wire in here. It's not very cash money. You know what? You might as well build this ladder up here and dig this out as well. I'm guessing the polluted water storage is only unavailable because it's currently actually being dumped. But at least we've got stuff to feed the plants with for now. I actually want to send, to ensure this doesn't run out of water, I want to send 1,667 grams in here. And because we're doing this with hot water... Yeah, it's not great that we're feeding leaves with hot water. But it's okay. Let's actually seal this in now. Liam, I bet you are going to get sealed in. What are the chances? It's betting time. What's he going to do? Yeah, you've left 100 kilograms left in there. Ah, no, you're going to be okay. If we look at the pipes, it's now gold pipes for the oxygen. We're insulating the hydrogen. We don't want to cool this because we're just burning it straight away. So it makes no difference. And then this pipe doesn't matter either. We made sure to place the bridge so we made sure to place the bridges so that they're not bridging through the igneous rock, because that's a great way to waste heat. Same with wire bridges. Regular wire sections are okay, but never wire bridge across insulation because that will leak heat too. Yes, you're building these now. Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. Liam's there. He's not trapped himself. No one's going to trap themselves in here. It's going to be great. Right, so now I can turn this on and vent this room. The oxygen's coming out of here at 57. The gas in here is already cooler than this, which is expected. We'll just need to leave that running for a little bit. This is going to erupt soon. TM. We do need to... Are all these pipes reachable? Not quite. Just put a ladder there as well. I think that should be fine. And what about these? You need a ladder here too. But other than that, all of this is buildable. 5.6 tons of steel. We're making a lot of steel. Presumably to make up for the fact that we don't have any plastic. We're overcompensating with steel. But my main objective today is actually just to start condensing all of the steam. Getting it out of here. And obviously the more heat we inject into this, the harder it'll be, but... meh. The temperature is actually pretty even across the steam because there's so much mass. So I think I do actually disable these now. Because we want to condense the steam first, and then let it resume business as normal. But we want to condense it specifically over here. And I'm probably going to want to seal this off with airflow tiles once this is actually done. So let's sweep this up as well. Or actually, you know what would be a really good idea? Putting an auto sweeper in here and grabbing the salt, because the salt is going to be constantly precipitating out of this. So don't make that out of lead. Make that out of steel. We can just connect that up like this. That wire should be fine. And then... conveyor loader. Also made out of steel. Can go here. And that can literally just be for salt. And then... I mean, long term we'll send that to wherever we put the rock crusher. I don't 100% know where that's going to be yet. We may even just put the rock crusher in here. So for now, I'm just going to conveyor it across here and dump it here. And that will allow us to put airflow tiles here and stop water from leaking out. Maybe unnecessary. But it gives us options. Okay, that's already erupted. That's fine. It's a very small amount of brine. We do have some gas in here, actually. I think I need to build an airflow tile. Otherwise, this sensor isn't going to trigger. Also, I very quickly need to get a drink. So, I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, this room is going to take probably another couple of cycles to vent. It's probably fine. I don't roll my sleeves up. No liquid output. Did I seriously not actually hook this up to the pipe? No. Well, that's fine. Yeah, it's going to take you a while to just build all of this igneous pipe going over here as well. This should be set to salt. Although, actually, in all honesty, I'm just going to set this to all. Because I just want to grab literally everything and shove it over here. This can be set to above 50. So it looks like the steam is getting down to about here. Obviously, if this turns into steam, we're in big trouble. I don't think it will. To be honest, there's very little thermal conduction going on here. I mean, what I could do if I really wanted was run this pipe through this bit. In fact, I think I will do that. Just to keep it cool. Because whatever's going through here will be liquid. So it'll keep this liquid. But we'll just do that with regular pipe. And in fact, change my mind on this again. We'll do it like this. There we go. Right, what research we've done? We've done the arcade computer. I'm just going to start grabbing everything. I just want to keep using up uranium doing this. We never really did build a better radiation room than this. That's fine. Down to milligrams in here, that's okay. Lots of oil in here. I think I can just stop dumping oil in here now. The liquid vent has stopped depositing liquid because the gas pressure is so high. That is something I did not consider. It will be interesting to see this work. Sorry I'm not being particularly talkative, I'm just cautious about this. Also, there's 9 databanks in here we still haven't grabbed. It's fine. This electrolyzer is still producing oxygen. I probably don't need this to do that anymore. Oh no, I was doing this because I'm still trying to heat up the ice. And it's slowly working. So we will keep doing that. It's filling up this whole area of oxygen. We'll just keep digging. You know what? We need all these resources. You may as well dig these as well. That is fine. Just leave. There we go. Grab all of this. That will do. Yeah, so this pipe should work now. So that is full of brine. Is yet to go in here because we haven't actually built the rest of this pipe. That is okay. But I think we can speed to it. Yeah, let's speed to it. I want to see these pipes get built. But yeah, at the moment the salt water is being pumped in here and it's turning into steam right away before it gets to this room. But it's being replenished. I wonder whether this level is going to keep dropping once this stops erupting. The gas situation is still stable, so that's good. Right. What is the priority situation? Yeah, that's the only thing left. Let's priority 9 this. Get it done. Go down. Yeah, slowly going down here. Oh, I need to keep giving out snazzy suits. Bubbles gets one. Skills. Who wants a skill? Hey, you get suit training at last. People are actually starting to get a bit low in morale. I probably want to build another rec room. There isn't currently space in here for another rec room. We're okay at the moment. I'm not going to worry about it too much. We've still got our oxygen mask checkpoint here that is no longer being used. I think we cut off the oxygen pipe to that a while ago. Yeah, we did. That's fine. Yes, Paku. Where am I going to put you long term? Because we do, I think we do want Paku long term. We are getting a little bit of reed fiber again, that's good. Because we will need to repair exosuits. None of them need repairing at the moment, but it's only a matter of time. Let's see, Ruby. You know what? We need someone to make Prino garb, so I'm just going to start giving you decorating. I think Ruby is the perfect dupe to do that because they also have... Well... I thought they had operating skill. I guess they don't. That's fine. Because it is an operating errand, I think. Let's check that. It'll say once we do it. But we'll just make a classic buns. I'll set this to priority 5. It's not super important. We'll get people to wear the snazzy suits first. Yeah, Bert, you can have that. Pipe is slowly getting built. Yeah, this doesn't seem to actually be doing anything here. It doesn't seem like it's exchanging a significant amount of heat. Still got a little bit of oil running around in here. Even though these are disabled. They're under skill point. Let's have a look. This bit you can get building. Layer you can get suit wearing. Yeah, so more and more dupes are getting more suit wearing now. That's good. Because I want everyone just doing stuff in suits, to be honest. Give me another dupe. We'll take, not you, not you. Ranching and farming. These are pretty not good, but I think just having both of them is pretty good, and I do just want extra dupes. So we'll take you. We have so much food. I'm not going to be that picky. Yeah, you could be a proper farmer. So you get to go on the night shift. Gene? No. God damn it. You were on schedule 2, so back you go. Gene. And then you need to do farming and ranching, and then you need to not do researching or the other thing. Doctoring. There you go. Have fun. But yeah, we're just going to go up to 30 dupes. We have the technology. We have the resources. We just need the labor. We have all the suits as well. Definitely the point where 30 dupes is fuzzy. This air is getting too hot now. You know what? You may as well dig this too. We're eventually going to want all these resources. Just start digging this out. This is fine. Okay, so there's a little bit of pipe left there. A couple of little bits over there. We're mostly done. Do I just speed 3 it? I think I do. Speed 3 time. I can rebuild this insulated tile here. 1 week until the next update. Ooh. Cool. We're going to play on this save for a while because I want to do the Somnian synthesizer while it's here. So the plan is very much going to be get plastic production and then probably just start funneling all this magma somewhere. And then build the giant magma machine and then get this working. I don't realistically think I'm going to do that in a week, but that's fine. We will keep going on this until we do those objectives, and then we will start a new run and try out the mysterious hermit story trait. Because I think that one will be impactful. I think it's probably the one that I would normally go with because it seems most generally useful. Like, you need a lot of dupes sleeping to get this to work, and I'm not... Has anyone actually done the math on whether it's more productive using this than just not bothering? Because it seems like a big bonus for dupes. But I'm not sure how many dupes you need to work it with. Probably some more geysers as well that would be good to find, but we're still trying to hook up the ones that we've already got. Oh, there's a geyser. Okay, you know what? Let's just go and have a look at this. You know? Sometimes you just gotta stick your nose in and have a look. Alright, we're down to micrograms in here. This should be nearly done. This is reachable. I'm just not doing it. It's not really useful in normal settings, but the stress reduction cancels out very hard difficulty. So if you want to play very hard, I would recommend not going for the sleep machine, otherwise it defies the point. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I am gonna do the Mysterious Hermit run as a max difficulty run, just to try it out. See how far we get. Yeah, this is actually filling up a lot. Okay, but the pipe is working now, so... Obviously this isn't going to exchange much heat at the moment because there's no gas in here. But it is going to cool down the pipes. Just fine. Yes, there's no gas in here anymore, so we can turn this off. And now I can flip these open. Just a little bit. So we're going to let a large-ish amount of hydrogen here. Well, we'll just let in... Yeah, it's just going to let in 2 kilograms of tile pressure. That should be fine. And then we'll turn it off. Yeah, brine's heating up, hydrogen's cooling down. So this should cool down the oxygen that's running through here. We'll just let it fill up first. Should I make a disposable Draco ranch? Dracos are replaceable. Yeah, this is what you were talking about the other day, where you just branch 1 or 2 Dracos for the babies, and then you shear the babies, and then just eat them immediately. I think. I think I've pretty much done that, in that I've had 1 Draco ranch and then just dumped all the babies in a room, rather than having loads of Draco ranches. Yeah, this is nearly done. I shouldn't even need to turn this off. Right, let's actually have a look at this brine then. It's going in at minus 9.9. It's coming out at 10.8. We're getting about 20 degrees of cooling in here. And then if we look at the actual... Yeah, so this is dropping in temperature pretty quick. Good. So the oxygen is just hanging out in here, but the oxygen is going to be cold. And as predicted, it's going to be warmer in this pipe. I'm also going to want to insulate these pipes. So we'll need to do that. At least insulate them up to the vacuum wall. Yeah, up to the inside of the vacuum wall. It's so much igneous rock. Crazy. It's crazy how expensive insulated pipe is. I mean, it's not crazy because it's strong. But, yeah. Okay, that should do. I'm still not perfectly satisfied with my Draco Ranch design. Like, it was pretty convenient just having them in the main base, but I feel like we pinned down the hatch ranch design. This works really well, and I'm looking forward to expanding it a bit more once we've decreased the temperature of the base. Yeah, that brine is making its way over here. It looks like it's not actually doing that much chilling anymore. I'm also aware of... What we could have done is we could have chilled this instead, if we planned it, and then it would chill all of the oxygen. Whereas here we're only chilling the oxygen that's being pumped out into the base. And it's only really chilling out what's actually in the pipes at the time. So the chilling is kind of uneven. Like I don't think this is actually being chilled at all. Probably edit this one. This. Oh no, I can't. I can't do that because it's all sealed off. So this one isn't being chilled at all. Well, that's okay. It's probably not going to get used that much realistically. It's probably fine. Yeah, brine is moving over here. So let's see what's going on. So the brine comes in here at about 11.4 degrees. Honk. And it comes out here at about 50 degrees. So it's going in here. It's cooling this. It should be cooling this down a little bit. Doesn't seem to be having much of an effect. Oh, okay, now the liquid's being dumped over here. Get more condensation here again. Please remove sound alerts. I can't control myself and it's making it impossible to reach 1 mil for the puffed. Yeah, you're right. I'll just change them to bit alerts and then you have to pay me money to do it, Neo. How does that sound? That sounds like a fair thing for me to do. Insert money to honk. I'm not sure this is really working. I mean, obviously it's cooling it down to a degree. Actually, maybe it is working a little bit. I think I just need to seal this off. I think I need to seal it off with... I think I need to seal it off with insulated tiles, I think. No, because then it won't grab all the steam from here. I think I need 1 insulated and 1 airflow. And I think I actually want to... just pipe the whole area instead of what I'm currently doing. So we'll make this all radiant too. This doesn't need to be radiant. And then we'll seal this off. It is decreasing temperature just very slowly. Although I imagine that's partly because there's just so much mass in here. It's going to take you a while just to build all this pipe, to be honest. Right, may as well switch these off. No, I do not currently have plastic. That is the next thing to do, is actually set up some oil wells. Do more petroleum refining. And use polymer presses to get plastic. I know what you're going to say. You want me to do this with steam turbines. I want to try and do it without steam turbines. I'm just trying to, like... Because the thing about the steam turbines is they take up a lot of space up here. And I've just ended up plunking all the metal refineries here. I did kind of see that coming. I could just remove these and just have them up here and then have steam turbines along here. I think we actually already discussed this. I normally do steam turbines, but I wanted to try something different this time. I was actually thinking it would be an interesting challenge doing a run without steam turbines. Wait. What's going on here? We've got pressure damage over here now. Okay, hold on. Right, what's going on? We need to get in here and reinforce this. No, it's going to break. It's going to break very quickly. No! What have I done? How did we get so much pressure in here? Oh, it's because brine has fallen down into here. Okay. Okay, look, this is entirely preventable. Let's reload. We're not going to be able to save that, and I don't want to break Leofar's thing. I'm glad I spotted that. Free. I hope this hasn't already started breaking. So we're going to flip these again. Go over here. We do not currently have brine in here. So what I need to do is I need to move this liquid vent. Shit. Shit balls. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to fill this pipe. I'm going to deconstruct this. And I'm going to put the vent here. I'm sure people will get around to doing this. Yeah, there we go. Marie's on the way. It's going to be fine. You can stop. We need to make sure the brine never ends up flowing into here. Otherwise it will break this. Camille, why are you in here without a suit? How did that happen? Come back. We definitely shouldn't have any breaches in the base at this point. Also, we discovered a volcano up here. Cool. That's just what I wanted, another volcano. Right, so... Vent, liquid vent. Goes here. The brine is exploding in this pipe, which is fine, we'll fix it. That's not a problem, in all honesty. What I'll do is I'll move that chute one tile over. I shouldn't be yellow alerting this, but I am because I'm impatient. This is a common theme. Sparkles. My sparkles. Yeah, pipes broke, that's fine. These pipes are going to keep breaking. That's fine. Let's speed up a little bit. As long as this doesn't break, we'll be fine. And I think I am just going to ladder down here and double reinforce this just to make sure it doesn't break. There you go. Not that neutronium can break due to pressure damage, but I mean, whatever. Looks fine. Yeah, please build these pipes. Bossman is actually repairing the pipes. That's nice to see. Yay. This is very interesting. This is definitely my favorite part of this map so far. No, I'm going to yellow alert these two. Just fix these, please. And then we can put the bottle empty over here. I've realized an issue with yellow alerting all this is that each person is coming over to do a single pipe. That's not very smart. Priority 9 it instead. That's not how you would really expect that to work, but oh well. Right, so the brine is now going back through here. It's exchanging a pretty good amount of heat with this area specifically. And it's going to burst again because it's not looping through here. Let us try again. So if there's too much pressure, what I'll get it to do is just bridge up here. And then do it like this. So it will loop. But that won't help. Ooh, this is a pretty tricky situation. Because we don't want the brine going in here, but if the pressure is too high for the liquid vent to work, then it is just going to blow up at the pipes. I mean, this is better, but it still doesn't solve the issue. Yeah, now these pipes are just going to burst again. I mean, I could dump it over here, but that's not going to solve the situation permanently. Also, still trying to get you guys to actually fix all these pipes. And insulate them. Yeah, now these are breaking again. And we have a little bit of brine in here. Because the pipes are breaking, but this won't normally happen. And because of this sensor being set to high enough pressure, it's not going to get pumped into the plants, which is a good thing. I think the actual answer is just this is a very silly amount of steam. Oh, wait, I know what I should do. I should just dump a little bit of oil in here. That's what I should do. And then this will constantly vent. I imagine. Let's try it. Need Camille to get here. Camille. Right there. Okay. Now it's Steve. God damn it, yellow alerts. Okay, well now it's flowing again. Check the liquid overlay. I see, so we have a little bit of brine coming in here. Now we've got oil going in there. The oil appears to be just getting deleted at the moment by doing that. So let's stop doing that. Well, this is working for now. Maybe this will be good enough. Like, as this evaporates, we can keep dumping in more cold brine. This may just, because it's relatively insulated, it may just not eventually stop being a problem. Well, I'm going to assume that's going to be the case for now. So, we'll tile this up. We'll put an airflow tile here, so the steam can keep flowing through here. We want this to be salt water and brine that we don't want. It's dumped in here. If there's more... Yeah, if there's more than 1,000 kilograms of brine, it just doesn't dump. So now it's going to start recirculating. You know what I might actually do? Because if it's recirculating here, we want it to condense as well. Maybe I just do it like this. Skills, let's see. Osman, you can have suit wearing. Liam, you can have plumbing. So now we can actually plumb these metal refineries. But I'm gonna wait to do that. Yeah, this is okay. This is destroying some things. I'm not sure why people are scolding. People should not be able to get out of the base without going through a checkpoint. Is one of these set to... These are set to clearance vacancy only. I don't know, honestly. I don't know why people are getting scolded. So now this brine's going to circulate through here as well. I'm not sure this is going to be entirely good enough. I think it will help if we build these, so let's actually build these now. Oh, it's still breaking. The problem is, if we don't insulate it, then this steam transfers a lot of heat with this. So it doesn't localize the cooling like we want it to. But if we do insulate it completely, then we can't go in there to repair the pipes. But we can't just dump the brine in here because we need to pump the water out of here. Yeah, all these pipes are exploding. Yeah, no, these ones are exploding as well. Who is starving? Why is anyone starving? I think the reality is we just left way too much steam in here. You know what I could do? I could put some ice temperature plates in here very temporarily. Let's see, how much ice do we have? We should have loads of ice. We don't want polluted ice. I mean, the polluted water is not going to off gas in here. But equally, it's not going to evaporate, so we don't want to do that. Let's make a load of ice temperature plates. Screw it. Screw it. Let's get the temperature down in here. Looks like we've ended up with some refined carbon in here. That's kind of funny. So clearly a little bit of iron erupted, but not a huge amount. Okay, now I've got a broken pipe. Are we ever going to be able to get the temperature down here? Why is Max starving? You're actually starving. But why? You should be absolutely fine, Max. Yeah, there you go. I don't know what was up with you. Yeah, it really does seem like we're not able to locally cool this at all. This idea may just not work. Okay, we've got some water in here. Now, water is getting pumped out, but brine is getting pumped out too because it's still bursting out the pipes. How bizarre. It's all getting dumped over here. We're getting random pockets of brine. If I dig this, this should help deal with the random pockets of brine. We've also got some water dumping down here, which was not the intent, I'll admit. I think this needs to go here. Okay, let's get some more dupes. Let's see. You guys are not very good. I'm just gonna take the eggs. I'm not gonna print bad dupes. The ice isn't making that much of a difference, if I'm being honest. Wow, this is getting double pressure damage because Brian ended up in here. Oh, you know what? I'm beginning to think this might have just been a bad idea. I didn't expect the pressure damage to go through 2 tiles, but I guess it's a lot of water. Right, let's reload it again. We can't have any brine get into that at all, otherwise the whole thing just stops working. Cancel all of that. I guess just dump the ice in there. The ice will eventually melt. The brine is already there. Shit. We can sweep the brine. Let's do that. Oh, and now the ice is getting temp shifted across here. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, the pressure damage has already started. Well, if Nails does come down here and sweep this, we'll be okay. Yeah, there we go. Oh, right, it's because brine burst out of here. So let's not make this. In fact, yeah, let's not even do this. Let's just disconnect this. Keep the bridge there. Yeah, we've already done one brine coming up. Yeah, so this is all brine. There's water. We need to move this vent here. Still needs to happen. Skill points, I've got about these. I'll just get you building. You can just have suit wearing. Stinky can have suit wearing. Oh, I guess we get a different set of dupes now. That's kind of cheaty. Interesting choices. We don't really need a decorator. No, we don't take any of these. Hatchling eggs. Feel kind of bad about taking dupe then anyways. Right. I think what I'm going to do... We're slowly getting this temperature down. I'm going to keep dumping ice in here. But I'm just going to dump it all in here for now. Just keep doing this until the room cools down. Can also repair these, so I'm going to set these to priority 9. If we're actually building any of them, then we'll just cancel them, because we just want you to deliver the ice. Does that make a difference? Does seem like the temperature's gradually lowering. It's just... this is getting cumbersome. I mean, at this point I'm just kind of wondering if I should even just vent the room. Vent some of the heat out here. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's what we do for now. Right, I think what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to temporarily put metal tiles in. Just here. We'll vent some of the heat out here. And hopefully that will get this to condense. Let's see how this works. The reason I want to do this is because the liquid pump just has so much extra throughput compared to the other pumps. Like, compared to steam turbines. Like, a steam turbine will handle 2 kilograms per second max, and you need 5 of them. This will handle 10 kilograms per second. Okay, there's a massive steam explosion. So I just released a load of pressure without really releasing a load of temperature. This is such a bad idea. Oh well. Oh well, we're having fun. The metal tiles will at least conduct temperature with all this water that's condensing. This is all going to start breaking. I mean, this shouldn't start breaking, but the smart batteries will. Let's, oh, did I never configure these? I didn't configure that one. Okay. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Good thumbnail material. So we'll make these out of iron. This one's alright, actually. And then what I need to do is I actually need to make this a tile so that the water builds up over here. Then I need to make that a tile as well. Then people can't get down here, which is a problem because we need to get down there. I'll dig across here. It's okay. Oh no, Liam, you shouldn't be building this. I love it. I'm not sure this is even helping at this point. Most of this water is just ending up down there. Who's coming to do this? Yeah, people are coming to do that. I think this is a sign it probably was a good idea for me to not play Oni yesterday. Because I'm making some questionable decisions again today. Rowan, you didn't seem to have a gun there. You just kind of thrusted your hips at it and it repaired itself. Ian's going to try his best. A new starter. That's up to Bubbles. But yeah, there really is no heat differential across the room. Liam's asleep. Some of the ice is melting here, so we're pumping that out. Deconstruct this, please. Oh, and I want to dig these two so Brian has somewhere to go. Well, we're getting some... This water is just the ice, though. It doesn't count. I mean, this steam is actually getting cooler. And it's going to take a long time for it to actually condense. Lord, we trying. You know what? Maybe I do just put some actual temperature plates in here. Actually build them just here specifically. Just build them with this ice. Because then at least they'll melt in here. This is just kind of stupid. We're not getting brine in here, so that's fine. I mean, at this point, we've just pushed all the steam out of here. Just replaced it with water. I mean, we can do that. We can just brute force condense all of this. get rid of the initial lot. There is a little bit of heat transfer going on. Not dumping more water up here. That should hopefully decrease the temperature of these plants too. You guys need more igneous rock for this as well. So let's just actually just dig this out as well. While we're here. Yeah, just dig all of this out, please. I mean, maybe the Iron Volcano will erupt a little bit. I mean, that's not going to help with the whole cooling down situation, but it is going to help with the whole iron situation. God damn it, Hassan. Are the bathrooms not working? The bathrooms are working. That was just a yellow alert related thing, I think. God damn it, we're going to have polluted water in here again. Yep, this is why you don't yellow alert a load of temperature plates. I don't think this is even going to erupt now because I think the water pressure is too high. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Well, no, it is emitting the iron. Well, okay then. I'm just gonna priority 9 these. Also, we don't actually have that much ice left. We've already done most of that. That's fine. We do actually have more ice we can just dig up as well if we want. It's not like we're going to run out of water with all these cool steam vents. Let's see, Marie, what do you want? I'm just going to get you suit wearing. Harold, demolition, the sand, not being yourself. Well, yeah, let's get all this pipe done. That's probably a good idea. Get that all insulated. See if that works. Ugh. In the brine... the brine isn't recirculating through here at the moment, but the oxygen is definitely colder than it was. Except this pipe. This pipe is not cold. But, yeah. Not too bad. These plants are getting too hot. The radiator liquid is still hot. We are going to end up with... Oh, come on. What is this? This water is going to end up cold pretty soon. this ice ever actually going to melt? Yeah, these plants are growing. I think I just need to set this to 0 at the moment. We'll just let the water tank level drop. Regular water in here. Yeah, let's get these built. Let's see what happens. I don't think we're gonna end up condensing this steam. There is too much of it. You know what? Let's just do it. We'll just vent the steam up here. Let's not go quite that mad. We'll do it to about here. And hopefully this vents enough steam and conducts enough heat with the outside world that it does start condensing. We're still going to have the system here, but we just need to get rid of this initial pressure. Right, I'm going to speed through it. No, not red alert. Good coaster. Max is not being the most responsible builder in the world. That is dropping the steam temperature. I mean, quite a lot of it is escaping out here, but not all of it. We're getting some interesting liquid flow going on here. What's actually happening in this tile? I'm curious. Let's see. Materials. It is just salt water flowing over this one bit. And then we end up with a large mass of water that condenses over here. This is eventually going to flood these machines. Yeah. We disabled them anyways. This needs to be replaced with an iron battery, definitely. We are starting to see a local temperature difference because of this. Responsible building. It's just a little venting. It's still good, it's still good. You have a lot of construction. You have a lot of construction and athletics, and you don't have the low strength. Low strength on a builder seems really bad. So I think we take Nicola. Yep. Nicola gets... Yeah, I might as well start with building. More skills. Operating for meat. And we'll get exosuits for Max. Nicola gets building, a little bit of farming. You... a little bit of cuisine. We did have some negatives. Didn't we? No, he had negative decor. That was his downside. There we go. Nicola's on that list. Get more people in snazzy suits. Yeah, we're just gonna keep replacing these with metal tiles until this all condenses, and then we'll re-insulate it. We just let so much liquid build up in here over the cycles that it caused some problems, and now we're just getting that liquid back out by hook or by crook. But yeah, we'll replace these with heat-resistant items. But yeah, some of the steam is actually getting close to condensing now. Obviously, if it all condenses, we're going to be in trouble because then the liquid pressure will be too high. What's this? Polluted water. Whoops. So we need these to be made out of gold. The lights. Auto sweepers need to be made out of iron. Thankfully, we do actually have a lot of iron now, so that's not too much of a problem. So now we've basically just got a big layer of water that should be conducting all the heat out of this steam. Still got steam condensing over here. I'm hoping that eventually this gets to a point where it works. Where did this go? Here. And the light goes here. Let's sweep that up. Thank you. Yeah, so it looks like some of the steam is starting to condense. Or get close to that temperature, because we had some pockets that were like 90, 97. Or 99-ish. We're going to keep cycling the brine through here. Yeah, the steam should start condensing soon. What's overheated? Battery, that's fine. These batteries both need to be deconstructed. Yeah, we have lots of iron now. We have 17 tons of iron. That's good. Yeah, once this room is normal again and it's not flooded, just full of steam and then it's condensing over here, then we can have the polymer presses in here. But this game wouldn't be fun if it was too easy. It's gotta have like a session where everything kind of goes wrong every now and then. I'm having fun, so that's the important thing. Going to help dissipate some heat. What I could even do is I could make this a metal tile and that a metal tile and start actually transferring heat into this material, maybe. That would help. Temperature in here has gone down a lot. I could also just straight up dig up more ice. I think it's probably reasonable at this point. Any ice that we don't think we're actually going to get around to melting. Like, we're not going to melt this, are we? Let's just dig this ice up. I know it wastes half the mass, but we can only really transport it into that room as ice at the moment. Let's just do that. We're getting closer. We are hiring dupes in the meantime as well, so I'm hoping stuff is getting done. I think... Are we dropping igneous rock off? We are dropping igneous rock off. Wait a minute. It's not been dumped in here. It's not being dumped in these. That's the issue. Right, there you go. Yeah, eat. Eat, hatches, eat. I can't believe this hasn't been happening the whole time. Well, there we go. Because now we've got mostly stone hatches. And there's loads of eggs left. There's even some sage eggs left. Not sure how they ended up in there. But that's fine. So this metal should actually be conducting heat into here now. There's a load of sand here. Let's see. Let's just go underneath here at this point. Make it so we can go underneath here. And then... probably... just keep building the metal tile down here for now. Looks like the steam is actually getting colder. Maybe it's starting to work. So this setup obviously didn't work with the gas pressure being super high. But if the gas pressure is lower, maybe it will work. If we get this room into operational range. I am curious. We've invested time in this, so I wanted to try and get this built to work. Let's see, you've dug all of this ice, mostly. So, please tell me you're not storing... Okay, you are storing liquefiables up there, that's fine. That is what I told you to do. But we should move them in here now. Buildable temperature plates. The age-old trick of getting water out of a room by putting more water in the room. Yeah, we need people to dig these as well. Steve gets suit training. We're also getting lots of people suit training, so this is spending a little bit of time, but our dupes are getting more numerous and they are getting extra skills. So I don't mind. This isn't a speed run. I'm just relaxing, to be honest. Yeah, we haven't... The important thing is the brine has stayed in here. See if the volcano erupts again. No, it's not erupting now. Yeah, this is getting closer. Is there more ice down here for us to just dig? I know what we'll do. We'll put magma in there. That will solve the issue. Let's just dig this. It would probably melt eventually, but meh. In fact, actually, this is so close to melting, it's probably going to melt after we dig it. So let's not bother with that. There's more ice over here. Also, I do actually need to explore up here. So, you know what? Let's build a ladder up here. Dig this. We'll dig in here as well so we can get to this room. And then... yeah, just grab this. Yeah, these plants are growing again now that we're not sending in the radiator, but this tank level will drop. So I'll keep an eye on that. We have a little bit of water down here. Sweep that up. We do have some cover buns. People have been making them, so let's give these to people. I'm just going to start giving these to people randomly. There you go, Camille, have fun. We're really making a mess in here. The heat is being conducted away into here as well. Okay. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, it's starting to get cooler in here again. Yeah, it looks like this. I mean, the steam pressure over here is extremely high. Pressure is getting higher and higher over here, but it is decreasing over here. But we'll keep going. In the meantime, I guess we can just watch some digging go on. There's ice down here as well. I could grab this ice quite easily. Oxygen is not being cooled as effectively because the brine is not moving around. It's going to take you a little moment to get up here. Someday this ice will melt. Yeah, if we look at the water level, it is increasing over here every now and then. I can see it just pulse up as the steam condenses. This should happen more and more. I'll keep building these metal tiles as well. I know lead's not the best metal for it, but I'm not wasting iron on this. Okay. So this pump is pumping 10 kilograms per second of water out of here. There's, I mean, if we assume it's 1,000 kilograms of tile in here, there will eventually be about 140 tiles of that. So that would be 14,000 seconds of pumping. Be several hours of pumping. Well, that's not great. I mean, this steam is all just going to start condensing en masse soon. That might cause another issue. We'll see if that causes pressure damage. Operating, supplying, you've got allergies, I don't want to take you. I don't want to take a mouth breather. I don't want to take you because you've got contradictory skills. Catch it is. Your plants are growing again, that's nice. Build some more temperature plates in here. Oh, hold on. It's all flipping over now. Steam is completely condensing. I don't think we need any more temperature plates. So the problem will be when the last steam bit flips over. Because then we'll get a load of liquid pressure. I'm just going to speed through it. It's only a matter of time. Yes, I think we'll just leave this running. Getting back to dangerous levels of pressure again. Okay, hold on. It's about to happen. Okay, there we go. We've got we've got 72.3 tons of steam in this one tile. And then when that flips over to water, that's when we probably have an issue. Let's see what happens. I guess we'll speed through it. Yeah, it will flip eventually. So condensation point 99.4. So I think it needs to get to 96.4 for it to actually flip. I mean, obviously there's so much of it, it's going to take a little while. Catalina gets suits, Jean gets farming. Ren, you may as well take suit sustainability. Oh, I know what I could do. I could I could delete the steam. I don't want to, but I could delete it. That would probably solve most of the issue. I could just build a tile here or something. What if I just build an ice temperature plate here? Let's do that. Oh, whoops, that's not the right thing. Yeah, ruby. There you go. Let's see what happens. So the steam is 96.5. That's going to flip over to water very soon. Then we're probably going to end up with a big issue. Okay, let's watch. Okay, so that immediately melted and reduced it to 96.4. Maybe we'll have to do it again. Well, Iron Volcano, I don't think you're going to erupt somehow. Oh, there we go. It happened. Okay, so now we have... now we have 32 tons of water on a single tile. So the water levels are going kind of crazy as the water here tries to dissipate. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Somehow we still have a vacuum here. The 380 grams of oil is really coping quite well with this. Maybe we'll be alright. Got vacuum over here. The water is all leaking out of here. Well, that's actually fine. It doesn't broken the vacuum. The metal is being damaged there now. It's kind of being damaged everywhere. I knew this was going to happen. Yeah, all these tiles are getting damaged. Yeah, I think the problem is that we won't be able to get it out of here fast enough. Everything here is just going to burst. If this one bursts, the liquid lock will actually break, so... Can we repair that? Can we repair this? We are getting a lot of pressure damage. Yeah, I'm not sure this is actually going to work. I mean, I suppose it's better if the liquid lock breaks at the moment. It does feel a little bit like a big waste of time, though. It's something you don't see very often. Actually, this looks alright now. I think we may have just about avoided it. Yeah, the pressure level is below 1500 kilograms now, overall. So... we may actually be okay. Well, that went better than expected. So now we have a volcano room that's full of water again. So now we just need to pump out all this water. And now I think is the moment where we Oh, I'm an idiot. I know what I should actually do with this. I should actually extend this bit here a little bit. So what I should do is... I can't actually open this gate at the moment because of the water here. But what I should do is I should put this vent over here. Although, no, if it's brine, it'll break this. This has to be salt water going through here for this to work. I can't just make another Escher pump for brine. So that won't work. Okay. Because I thought I could just dump this here and it would flow over here, but it won't. It'll break this. So that water is all being dumped up here. That should start melting this as well. At this point, this is just water. I think what I need to do is I just need to let all this water out and start again. I should have probably just done this to begin with. Right, let's rebuild the insulated tiles. First of all. And then we'll just dump all the water out of here. I think I probably should have just done this at the very start. I should have just dumped all of the steam out of the map. Have it form a big pool somewhere. We are literally playing on Rime. Like, just let the steam condense. Let it melt the ice. We'll just end up with a load of wastewater somewhere. And I would have saved all of this hassle. So I'm just going to build a mesh tile here, let the water out here. So let's just get everyone to do this. Interesting that this one took a lot of pressure damage initially. Yeah, just let the water out. This stage. Dig this as well. We won't get any gases in here, they'll just get deleted. We're just going to cause an environmental disaster. That's absolutely fine. Let this all out. This is going to be way faster than pumping it. Just to get rid of this initial load. Well, we had some fun. We had some fun trying to explode some tiles. We've got a big vacuum in here now. But you know what, let's make some more drainage channels in here as well. Just help the water drain out even faster. But no, this won't actually work here either, because it's just going to overpressurize in this little tile. So we need to move this a little bit. Actually, I could put it here, couldn't I? No, because I don't want the brine to go over here. I think I just actually need to move this oil pipe. Yeah, continue to dump this. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We just ended up melting the whole map. Lovely. Oh, hold on. Now that we've actually got a little bit of oil in here, this is actually working as intended. It's pumping up here. Pressurizing this. Oh. Probably not what we wanted. Maybe that's going to start causing pressure damage to things. Or is it just going to spread out? I'm hoping it just spreads out. Who knows? Oh wait, this is just an infinite storage, isn't it? This is how liquid infinite storages work. I guess we just need a little blob of oil there to help it. Okay, now there's brine up there. Let's keep letting liquids out. Principles. Anyone good? You are good. Researching, operating, excavation, agriculture. Yeah, that seems good. Okay. Take Amari. You can grab... May as well grab operating. Do sustainability bubbles. Farming for May. Operating for Nisbet. And then night schedule. Yeah, you have a lot of things you're actually good at. Yeah, there you go. You can have a snazzy suit, and someone else can have... Harold can have the cummerbund. Yeah, this seems okay. Yeah, this accidentally turned out to be a good solution, just putting the oil there. I wish I was a bit more switched on. I could have just dumped all the steam out of here earlier and that would have solved a lot of the issues. Although I suppose we would have ended up with a lot of waste gases in here without condensing it first. Whereas this time we've just got a vacuum. Although... you have to be a bit careful. Vacuum's probably going to go pretty soon. Let's build another one of these over here. What do you mean no docks available? Who's idle? Whoops. Cancel these. That should solve that issue. Are you trapped? You are trapped because there was a tile here that melted. Or something. There you go. Dig those. Dig those immediately. That should be fine. Steve's gonna do this. Oh, now we're ending up with gases in here. Okay, so now you want to do this. Crap. It's kind of too late, to be honest. It's probably not worth it. We're just ending up with a load of gases in here now. I mean, essentially nothing wrong with gases in there because we're not actually steam turbining this. I want to dump all this water somewhere. Let's dig this out. Deconstruct those. Yeah, so now the amount of liquid in here is going to be quite low again. This will erupt in 0.3 cycles. So we'll end up with steam in here again, but not a lot of steam. Okay, let's actually just reseal this. This has gotten a bit messy. Then what I'll do is I'll grab that. Yeah, our friends got rescued. That's good. Yeah, rebuild those insulated tiles. Sweep that. That's good. And then you can actually build that. Yeah, so now it's just water in here. Sweep this. Actually, that's just water. That's fine. That can stay there. Yeah, build the insulated tile. Build an airflow tile so that water can't go back. I fed the fishies earlier. I fed them earlier in the afternoon, so this should be fine. Erupt in 8 seconds. Okay. You should be just about in time. So the volcano will definitely erupt now. So we're going to get steam again. You're going to get hot because there's actually molten iron around you, which isn't particularly usual. Particularly usual. And the lead pipes are melting because there's gas in here. Okay. Well, and now we've got sour gas. Okay, look, no. We ain't getting sour gas in here. Or maybe we are. That happened very close to the autosave. We needed a little bit more water in there. Crap, it's already evaporating. It's already erupting. Oh god. You know what? Can I just very, very rapidly build this pipe out of iron? Like, extremely rapidly. Just immediately do this. No, there's no way it's going to be quick enough. Well, we do have a little bit of steam in here. We haven't actually ended up with any sour gas. yet. Or maybe the sour gases were just getting deleted. Okay. I think just reloading it actually helped. Okay. So we've got steam in here again. Just a little bit of steam. There are other gases in here, but they'll probably get compressed. I think for now this is actually working. Also, my internet's decided to crap the bed. What's going on with the internet? Nothing. Well, we'll just ignore all of this. We've ended up with water in the oil biome. Great. Well, this is technically working now, at least. So let's re-enable these. We will start... Let's see, how much iron ore do we have? We have a lot. You know, we actually have so much. I might just turn on the one. I might just turn on this one. Keep these ones disabled. But I think this is technically working as intended now. The brine is circulating again, which means the oxygen is actually cooling down. Except for the one pipe. But that's okay, I think. And this room is cold. And this room is hot-ish. Yeah, these are set to work again. Iron and steel. And then hopefully what will happen is steam will float into here. Exchange temperature with this stuff. And we can just pump the water out. But I think what we'll do is we'll speed it up. We'll just speed through it for a little bit. We'll wait for one more volcanic eruption. You know, I'm going to turn this one on as well. Now that we actually have a plumber as well, I'm going to get them to drain some oil out of this. Let's see. Yeah, Liam, you can come over here and get this working again. Then we can dump some heat into this side and get rid of some of this liquid. Because at the moment, we've just got a lot of cold liquid in here again. We need to keep doing this until the output pipe is no longer full. But that's going to be a while. But then they'll be set to the right amount of liquid. We can keep manually filling these with oil and plumbing them now to get them to the right amount. It's probably going to need to get rid of all of this 180 kilograms worth. God, what a mess. What a messy mess. But it had to be done. You'll get to wrap up soon, Liam, don't worry. Oh, hold on. Actually, you're probably going to fall asleep, aren't you? Okay, that'll do. Go to bed. Yep, Nails gets to do the thing. We're out of power? Why are we out of power? These are full of coal. They're all running. Oh, I need to set this to, need to set the thresholds again, because I rebuilt these all. Okay, that's fine. Probably good to make them out of iron anyways, realistically. Dump most of that liquid. I'm going to put a tile here just so there's a little bit of liquid there. We got the remaining water is frozen again because of the brine. Perfect. Just what we wanted. Yeah, that's working again. I'm going to re-enable all of these. I want to get some more heat in here again. I want to actually steamify this. We want to get back to some steam pressure. So that means we'll need to get Liam on this again. So I guess come over to this liquid pipe. And harvest plants? No. Yeah, that one. And looks like you've got a fairly large amount of oil to get out of that one. Yeah, volcano's going to erupt again. God, a lot of liquid actually ends up in here. The oil has been deleted. Okay. Iron Volcano's erupting again. Yeah, the actual truth is we do just get a lot of liquid in here because this erupts constantly. And then we're dumping a lot of liquid in there. This doesn't seem to have overflowed at any point, which is good. Okay, you need the loo. Okay, so you need to stop. You need to stop doing that, dude. It's alright. Come back in a minute. Yeah, get some steam in here again. This room is insulated again. There's still vacuum there. The insulation should be maintained now. Right, Liam. I'm surprised it doesn't show bladder on here. You go to loo. Your stamina is very low, so you need to have a rest. Realistically. So long as the steam pressure stays below 150 kilograms per tile, we'll be okay. Steam... Okay, so this is the bit that is actually important. The steam is flowing in here, and it is condensing. Because we're getting water in here. It's got to push these gases out. Yeah, so it does that. Okay. And then it condenses. Yeah. So this room is actually working now because the steam pressure is low enough, which is a tremendous relief. So we are now actually getting water in here that we can pump out of this room. But we still have steam in here. The steam is actually getting quite hot, which is fine. We probably want, because we have so much iron now, we probably do just want to remake all of these pipes out of iron. Because it's more conductive as well, I believe. Like if we look at this pipe, the thermal conductivity is 110 compared to 70 for the lead. So provided we have enough of it, it is just the better material for this. Yeah, so we can rebuild that. A little bit of time, but I think it might actually be working. Getting steam up here. It's not condensing because the brine isn't being dropped off. Right. Liam. You're exhausted. Right. We need more than one plumber. Yeah, because now this steam isn't condensing. It's still colder, but it isn't condensing because the liquid isn't being dumped. Is there any way I can just drop the oil in here again? That would be great. Drop the oil in here and have that actually stay as oil. I do wonder how this oil got deleted. Speed up again. I think it might be okay now. The oil certainly didn't flash to petroleum. Yeah, this is working again. The steam is condensing in here. Yeah, because this is pumping. Yes, it's working. Oh my god. This took way too long. In fairness, I reserved the whole stream for it because I knew something was probably going to go wrong. The steam pressure is climbing in here again. But provided that we can actually pump it out of here fast enough, it should work. It doesn't even matter that we've got gas in here because it's not a steam turbine room. It's probably not helping, all things considered, but it's okay. Right, where's our favourite Liam? Right, Liam's still very low on stamina. Problem with Liam is he just has very low athletics. I guess 3 metal refineries will do for now. But really what we just need to do at this point is get this room hot. Now that we've got the steam in here, we should be okay increasing the temperature. I suppose we can just periodically break this pipe if needed. It shouldn't ordinarily break, but if it does, it's not the end of the world. And yeah, we're actually getting most of this brine out of here. And then if we look at the temperature of the base, it is warming up. I mean, we do have coal plants in here. The bristle blossoms are all growing. These things are too cold now. Okay, so stop fertilizing them then, Stinky. Ugh. Right, let's actually... I mean, we're probably going to get rid of this soon enough. In fact, I think we're probably going to get rid of this next stream, because I want to extend the hatch ranches. So I'm not even going to bother fixing that. We're just going to move stuff around here. Come back. But we'll let's erupt one more time, and then we'll go back in here. Purple polyester. Ooh. We've also got two very, very similar operators, and I do like operators. I'm going to go with the one with agriculture, though. So, Otto joins a colony. There you go. Do the skills in these guys. You desperately need exosuit training. You got it. That's good. And I guess I'll go with digging for you. Because we could do with a few more diggers. The base is a little hot. None of this food has got off. It looks like it may be going off intermittently. I don't know. Well, none of it seems to be going off at the moment. It all seems to be deep frozen. None of this ice is melted. So this box still seems to have done the job. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping the net effect of this oxygen is cooling. It's mildly annoying that the hot oxygen is always the one that's actually coming out. And the cool oxygens are the ones that are staying in. This isn't... I think I should have cooled this instead of this. See how that goes. The steam pressure is too high in here now. Will the iron still come out if there's a liquid phase here? Let's have a look. Okay, you're actually doing this again. That's good. Keep an eye on the volcano. We do actually have some extra gases in here, which will probably help. Yeah, go pee. It may have been overly ambitious trying to combine all of these things. Okay, we're getting iron again. That's good. This doesn't appear to be overpressurizing. Presumably because we have got some liquid down here. The uranium melted again. Excellent. I forgot to move that. The important thing is that the steam is actually coming in here now. That's a lot of steam. Is it actually going to condense? Because the water is only actually getting pumped out if it goes through this bit. So, and we're not actually getting all the cooling capacity of the brine out. So I think what we need to do is we need a pipe thermosensor here. Okay. I've got to wrap this up in a minute. One. Right. Ladder. Deconstruct. Put a pipe thermosensor here and automate the vent with it. That's the last stage, I think. Because the steam pressure is getting too high again because the water isn't getting pumped out here. I mean, some of it is, in fairness, but it could be considerably improved by doing this. So we need pipe thermosensor. I mean, I would put it ideally here, but it is what it is. Let's make that out of lead. Automation wire, that can be made out of lead. Let's go there. Yeah. This is not too bad. But what we basically need to do is make sure that this pressure ends up getting below 150 kilograms in here again to confirm that this is working. Still dumping plenty of heat in here. Yeah, just one more. Liam is happy. He's a night owl. He's happy. You know what? Maybe this will be the thumbnail, because it's late and Liam is smiling. Liam has been helpful today. Also, we never ended up actually building that. Right, so this... If it is above 90... let's see. If it's above 85, we'll dump it in there. That way it definitely won't overheat. Yeah, so now that brine will recirculate. We'll be dumping less liquid in here, which will... And... Yeah, that should help. Okay, I think we'll run it for another volcano eruption. This goes dormant in another 40 cycles anyway, so this may have been a bit pointless. But we've got loads of iron, we've got loads of steel. And I think this is actually working now. But... Yeah, let's get this done. We're not doing any research at the moment, that's fine. That was just to keep people busy, really. Still got the uranium here. I'm sure this will turn back into a tile or something. Probably ended up wasting a load of uranium doing this, but it's okay. Yeah, may as well build these. Just in case we get any pressure damage. We shouldn't, because there isn't any brine coming up past here now. The brine is all coming out here and evaporating. Then the salt water is coming out here and evaporating. And now all the liquid is just gone. It's just oil. So now the brine is being dumped again, and that displaces the oil. So the oil ends up going across here. Okay. That's not what we wanted. Because obviously any oil that gets caught in the wrath of the Iron Volcano will get turned into sour gas and probably realistically deleted. There's still some errant gases floating around in here. We can't just put the uranium in here because that's going to solidify that temperature. Let's fill this in. Yeah, the temperature's going to keep increasing in here. So all the liquid is just evaporating. That's fine. I mean, this could probably be okay, actually. So long as the amount of oil in here doesn't get too low, it'll be okay. In fact, maybe I'll just leave it like this. I'm not sure if the oil is being deleted or whether it's just being pushed out. Doesn't look like it's going to be consistent either way. It looks like it's just being pushed out. So maybe if we just leave it like this, it'll be okay. We've got an even sort of 200 kilograms of tar steam in here. There is more steam on this side. As long as it does actually condense sometimes. It's the important thing. I'm beginning to think this would actually function slightly better if we put the vent on this side. But then the issue with that is the oil would just evaporate right away under the Iron Volcano. Okay, I think we have enough heat in here now. Let's disable all but one of these. Yeah, the heat is alright now. So whatever we do, the build should not be dependent on metal refineries running all the time. So we might not actually want to refine metal all the time. Is the volcano going to erupt? I'm going to think no, because the steam pressure is too high again. So perhaps what we do is we have like thermosensors coupled to the metal refineries that trigger them to work when the steam temperature is sort of about 110-ish. Maybe the uranium will help it, who knows? It's overpressure. We just need it to condense over here. There's definitely a temperature gradient. Yeah, let's do that. Let's set thermosensors in here. Make them out of iron. Wire can be iron in here. In fact, the wire can just be iron in general. We're actually ending up with more iron than lead now, which is nice. We can just do it like that. That's okay. It's a little bit long, but that's not too bad. We'll set these to only run if it's like below 110 in there. That way we should be able to get more of this steam condensed, because it is kind of not condensing at the moment. How is that? Oh, we're out of brine. Oh, okay. Probably not helping these oxygen temperatures. I'm not 100% satisfied with how this has gone. I think this build is not easy enough to control. Like, just constantly having brine flowing through here to cool this down isn't quite working. Well, it's worth experimenting with these things to see if they work. So we want this to be above 110. Then enable this. Oh, no, below 110. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, we'll just go to the end of the cycle. I've got to wrap it up in a minute. I mean, if we don't run these for a while, then this should condense eventually, because we are running a fair amount of brine through it. I can just copy this setting across. Quite relieved. I'm quite relieved this seems to have stayed steady. There we go. So I can enable these again. Coal stocks have gone back up a little bit. And it looks like some of the ice over here has been melting, which is nice. Meep's earned a skill point. And we're out of suits. Everyone is wearing suits. And we have Atmos suits that are damaged that need to be repaired. Ah, we have quite a few of them. We need more reed fiber. Well, that's what we're going to have to do next time, get more reed fiber. I mean, there is more polluted water on the map we can dump into that. I mean, there's some stuff over here, but...
Imagine that.
Fungus, hey, how you doing? I was actually just thinking about wrapping up. I'm running a little bit late, but yeah, how's it going? How many dupes have you managed to get up to? The fish are currently asleep because it's a little bit late. I mean, they're not completely asleep. They're still swimming around up there, but they're resting. But yeah, we've been experimenting with some cooling today. We tried cooling our oxygen in our electrolyzer block by just sending brine from a Cool Slush Geyser through it. And that's kind of worked, but not really, because the brine's going through it and getting some cooling off, but unless it's running all the time, these pipes aren't getting consistently cooled. And I didn't leave enough space for this pipe, so this isn't getting cooled at all. So the base is getting a bit full. We managed to kill 6 dupes. Excellent, good job. So yeah, there's a few issues we're dealing with at the moment. The base is getting a little bit too warm, which on Rime is not exactly perfect. The hatches are doing all right. The automated ranch is working a lot better now that we're actually feeding them igneous rock, now that they're mostly turning into stone hatches. We've got some smooth hatchling eggs. It's quite interesting. But yeah, this build's worked really well. It was quite nice, actually. The guy who did the Steam guide, which you can find on my YouTube channel, the episode where I built this according to the Steam guide, he actually came in and had a look at the video. So I'm really glad he managed to see it get built and actually work. Because I was really impressed with the automation he had up here. Just like letting the critters through here. I mean, all our ranches are full at the moment, but the premise is just that a hatch will get dropped in here when a hatch dies in here, and then all the automation just determines where it drops. So I haven't had to wrangle, or I haven't had to wrangle a hatch or like sweep an egg in about 100 cycles, I think. We don't have any critter drop-offs anywhere, it's just worked. So we've ended up with a ton of food. We've also got bristle blossoms in here that are doing alright. It was really helpful having this water geyser here, but I've kind of built some somewhat shoddy cooling systems in this run so far, so it's all a bit hit or miss. This is something I'm quite pleased about at the moment. So we have a saltwater geyser down here that's erupting, and we have a little Escher waterfall here with the gases. So that just constantly flows up here into this room with the Iron Volcano, where it gets turned into steam. And then the steam, we're trying to just condense that over here into water just by running the rest of the brine through it instead of using steam turbines. But it's honestly a little bit janky, and we're kind of running out of brine. I mean, this just activated a few cycles ago. It's going to keep going for another 82 cycles. I haven't done the maths on if it's enough cooling, but I have set up the metal refineries here so that they'll only trigger if the room is cold enough. So I'm hoping that will be good enough. We have actually got quite a temperature gradient through here now, which is good. Because I want it to be cold over here so it condenses, and warm over here. But the steam pressure is a bit too high again now, so I might need to vent some steam. But yeah, we did a lot of fiddling around with that today. You're looking at critter automation, but I'm still thinking drop-off is a more reliable method. I mean, this has been 100% reliable once I got it working. And I'm pretty sure you could do the same thing with Sweetles and Grub Grubs, which would have been handy on my previous run, where I was just processing all of that sulfur, and I was trying to get to 400 dupes. That got very laggy, and I didn't make it. I got to about 65, and then the new update came out. So I decided to move on from that. You saw someone make a small block of metal tiles and ran the O2 pipe through it and then cooled the metal tiles. Quite nice because the gas and the O2 are in the same tile. Yeah, that works pretty well. I mean, we just got some hydrogen here. I think I just needed to do the gas pipes a little bit differently, so the gas has plenty of time to go through this area. Because this pipe has plenty of time to go through it, so it's usually pretty cold. But there's less and less time for each of these pipes, and this pipe just doesn't go cold at all. And unfortunately, that's the one that seems to be running most of the time. So maybe... I'm not sure we even need that much oxygen at the moment, so I might just disable these vents for now. Just run off the cool stuff. Maybe we'll just repurpose that pipe to something else. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the base itself is pretty established. We've got room for 30 dupes. Got some metals here. Freezer at the moment, rather than building our normal thing, we just found a big block of polluted ice, so we're just using that, and that seems to be working fine. These aren't powered. Yeah, the heat exchangeability definitely is better with a metal tile. I just did this because I wanted to fill it up and have it be somewhat quick to deconstruct if I needed to. But that's what I did for my sulfur coolers. On my previous runs, I used metal tiles, and that was really useful. But yeah, I think the steam pressure is just getting too much in here. The heat was a little too high. This is going to keep injecting heat into it. I'm beginning to think we may need some additional cooling in here, because I think the Cool Slush Geyser plus the Saltwater Geyser isn't quite enough to condense the steam. I may need to do some maths about this off stream. But yeah, so that's basically where the base is. There's a Paku in here. I'm going to move these guys and set up an actual breeding bit soon. Oh, and here's our natural gas room where things happen and stuff happens. Don't know how we've ended up with all this polluted oxygen here. Also, why is there polluted oxygen in this gas storage? We've got some oil here, so there should be a seal. I haven't looked at this in a while. A little bit has ended up in here. Is it being pumped in from the other place? Because this pipe is from the other geyser. If I look at this. No, we don't have any polluted oxygen here. No one should be allowed through these doors. No one should be grabbing anything from here. So I think maybe... maybe it's just coming in through here somehow. Oh wow, the polluted oxygen has actually gotten to the level of the gas pump. Okay, that's actually what's caused it. I thought it wasn't off-gassing in here because of the natural gas pressure, but I guess it has been. I'm gonna have to do something about that next stream. This base is starting to get kind of messy. We have a polluted oxygen vent up here, which we've been taming with a wheeze wart and a deodorizer, but that's not leaking into this room. So I wouldn't expect that to be causing it. But yes, I actually unfortunately need to wrap up because it's way past my bedtime. I usually stream Mondays to Fridays, 7 to 11 GMT. I'm usually playing Oxygen Not Included. I do play Noiter occasionally, and I'm trying out the Wandering Village. But what I will do is I will go and find someone else to raid, because I feel a bit bad leaving you all hanging. But yeah, feel free to follow if you want to see more Oxygen Not Included. I'm probably not as good at the game as GC Fungus, but I've done quite a few runs. They are all on my YouTube channel, the Twitch VODs. I post Oxygen Not Included related memes there as well. Yeah, let me put the music on, and I'll go find someone else to raid. Thanks very much for the follow, Dex 3D. I really appreciate the company. We're actually almost to 100 followers, which is amazing. Like, I never thought I'd get 100 followers like when I started doing this. I think it's almost been a year actually. Wow, that's crazy. Also, I'm wearing a Christmas jumper today. But let's get the music on. Right, this song. Yeah, there we go. Right, I'm gonna go find someone to raid. But thanks for raiding GC Fungus, and enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go raid Too Legit City, because he plays Oni a lot as well. He's got quite an established base at the moment, and I think it's gonna be on a bit longer than I am. So let me just do that. All right, I'm starting up a raid for Too Legit City. If you've got any emotes, feel free to bring them. Go give them a raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye for now.